All right, halfway house. It is Sunday morning. We got a new addition to the fleet. Bam, 65 Pontiac Catalina Wagon. It is sweet. Found on Marketplace last Sunday night. It's in San Antonio. He had just posted it like 10 p.m. So I messaged him immediately. Said, hey, I'm semi-local. I can come look at it tomorrow. I'm off. He said, here's my number. Call me in the morning. I said, cool. So, man, it's sweet. So, about 30 minutes later, I'm still scrolling through Facebook, and I'm on a bunch of Pontiac pages and come across this ad that somebody shared, and the price was raised to $10,000. I was like, what the hell? It was originally posted for $4,000. I screenshot all this stuff, so I'll throw it in the video. Along with the pictures from the ad. So I messaged you back. I'm like, hey, what's going on? What do you want for this thing? He's like, well, I'd like to get as much as I can get. I thought 4 was a fair number, but I got a bunch of messages from people saying it's worth way more than that. And I had an offer of 10 grand, like an offer of 10 grand off, 3 or 4 crappy pictures and a crappy description without even seeing it. Yeah. I'm like, nobody would offer 2.5 times more than you're asking. I was like, sounds like a scam. He's like, call me in the morning. So call him in the morning. I'm like, hey, what's the whole story on this thing? His grandpa bought it brand new, 1965, and he inherited it when his grandfather died in 2011. He said he daily drove it for a little while, on and off, and got a bunch of receipts and all kinds of stuff for it, so that's cool. But anyways, he's like, man, I just don't have room to store it, and he definitely wasn't really a car guy, and it's a big ass wagon. So anyway, time to let it go. So I said, okay, can I come look at it today? He said, yeah, I work from home. I got an hour and a half off for lunch. Come see me. So meet him over there at 11:30. And again, I'll post the pictures, but it looked tits in the pictures, like tits. And so first thing I noticed, because it kind of looked original, hubcaps, and I don't know if that's stock exhaust, but it looks like it's old. It's got the rack and stuff, and looked like old interior, but not original. But anyway, so I was like, okay, it's definitely been repainted. It's got clear coat coming off, and that was not in the pictures. It was tits in the pictures. So I'm like, what the fuck, man? So start walking around, and rust, Bondo, rust, filler. This has definitely been smashed in once or twice. Bunch of filler. Tail light. It's missing trim right here, I noticed as well. Needs bumpers. Let's go to the other side. Bunch of rust from looks like an older restoration is what I'm assuming. So no bubbles there. The usual. Look underneath. The frame is tits. The floor pans are tits. So I'm like, dude, if anybody offered you 10 grand and saw this, they would be fucking pissed. I was like, this is not a $10,000 car. The pictures are probably 10 years old, the ones you posted. I was like, this thing is, deteriorated since you took those pictures. And it's like, well, that's all I had handy, I'm like, well, trying to sell something on the internet, people might offer you 10 grand from, Timbuktu and drive all the way out there and see this and be like, what the fuck, So I kind of went through everything. I'm like, this thing's cool. It's semi-rare. You don't ever see them, but it's not worth 10 grand. So I'll just tell you. So I brought 4 grand with me because I was like, dude, for one, it's on principle. Like, hey, man, don't fuck me around like that. Luckily, I'm local. But anyway, I was prepared to, make a deal and go back to the bank, get some more money. Once I got there, I was like, I honestly don't even want to give him the 4 grand for it. But I did. So anyway, so that's where we're at. I offered, man, I'm still at 4 grand on this thing. I was like, I was prepared to give you more money, but now that I see it in person, no, that's it. And if it wasn't such a cool color and so close, I wouldn't have even paid that much. But anyway, I think overall it's solid. It's a great driver. We got some, gap issues here. Hopefully we can figure out. I'm kind of thinking maybe just fucking bullshit some white and clean up all this moss and mold and shit, and Maybe just re-clear the whole fucking car or something, because I love the color. But anyway, so something's got to go. So I think I'm gonna sell my red 86 Power Ram with the 12 valve in it. What else? Options. It's supposed to be a 389. Let's see if I can open the hood. One-handed. Oh yeah. It's supposed to be a 389. It's a 2-barrel, which I find odd since this thing is fully loaded. But check the WP code for 1965 is 326. So I was like, man, I don't think they ever put a 326 in a full-size car. There are a couple other engines that use that same code. I think one's a 400 and one's a 350. So either way, it doesn't have the correct engine in it. So that's kind of a bummer. Definitely a bummer that's not a 389. I love 389s. So he claims it runs. He says it ran. He started up last summer, and he says he drove it 2 years ago. So it does have current stickers on it. He gave me I'll show you, a bunch of receipts. These are all service records. Original Windows sticker, which I wanted to look at because I assume this is a 400. Yeah, turbo hydromatic. That would have been 400. So, yeah, it is loaded. We got power windows, AC, power brakes, power steering. I want to say that these gauges are even optional, if I'm not mistaken. Again, AC. It's got some note here, and he was saying the dash lights don't work, and they get hot, and it'll kill all the headlights and everything. And that happened on my 62 Catalina as well. I'm 99% sure this is not an original seat. Oh, it is a power seat. It does have the crank. Pretty cool. Crank vent windows. It is factory tint all the way around, the Easy Eye or whatever they call it. Dash is a little crusty, but better than most. I kind of want to take this off and see how it is underneath. Can't remember if these still had the clear steering wheels or not. I'm pretty sure they did. So I'll admit I already cheated because I bought this last Monday. I didn't get it towed back home till Tuesday. So this is kind of the most I've really looked at it during the day, other than when I was there making a deal with the guy. But the other night I did come out here, put a battery in it. I didn't get it to pump any fuel. I also didn't get any spark. So, where is it? Oh, there it is. So, no spark. So we're going to try to figure that out today. I assume it's still got points in it. So, you know, check the cap rotor. Check the points and all that shit. Plugs look fucking ancient. Plug wires look ancient. Carburetor is free. Yeah, so I assume that's the kick down for the 400. So yeah, it does turn over. He said he replaced the AC. He's got receipts for all this shit a couple years ago. What else? He said he always kept up with the fuel filters and oil changes. Training fluid looks brand new. Oil looks, you know, kind of old, but looks good. Looks like it's leaking, and this is a massive radiator, but it's full of fluid. So no cracks or popped out freeze plugs there. What else? It is power back. This actually does work. I did get this to work. Turn the key, I think one of the ways, and this window rolls down. Tailgate is pretty rusty. You know, it's got the roof rack. Got some dog dishes coming. What else? So it definitely needs carpet. I'm gonna try to keep this interior. This is too sweet. I assume they didn't put any moisture barrier behind this, and that's why the backing is probably all warped from moisture. Oh, what do we got in here? Come on. Shit, I had that open. Maybe he locked it. What do we got in here? Probably more receipts. I didn't try the radio yet, but headliner could probably use a cleaning, but it's actually in really good shape, surprisingly. The windlace is kind of falling apart on that side. It's still there on this side, but pretty cool. But anyway, so like I said, I kind of already cheated and got it to turn over, put a battery in it. So today and tomorrow, hopefully there's some more rust there. That's one of the worst spots. Yeah, today and tomorrow I'm off, so I'm gonna try to get this thing running and hopefully driving. It does have brakes, so let's pull that cap and rotor, see what we got. All right, pop the two little deals off. I don't know how well you're gonna be able to see it, but it's pretty crusty. The rotor looks pretty good, so I'm gonna clean up this cap, pull this rotor off, and get some, you know, a little piece of sandpaper, clean up these points, and double check the firing order. Actually looks, well, I got it cleaned up now, but actually looks a little burned up around there. Kind of odd. But look at these contacts down here. I don't know how well you're gonna be able to see. Focus. They're crusty, so I can already see they're all fuzzed over. So I'm gonna get a little piece of sandpaper, clean that up, and I'm also gonna pull this fuel line off. Make sure the tank does feel empty, but just make sure we don't pump any trash. I'm gonna pull the fuel line off, and if I can get it to run off some, or fire off some carb clean, then I'll go to the store and get some fuel and find somewhere to stash a gas can, I guess, and see if we can get it running. So let's clean up these points and go from there. All right, got the points cleaned up, got the cap and rotor back on. It is pumping fuel, and it smells old. It smells orange to me. I assume it's gonna look like orange Gatorade. So I'm also gonna get a spark tester and a power probe, and we're gonna start there. I noticed he's got this relay, I guess, for the AC, but I guess it's going off the coil or some shit. I don't really know what he's got going on, so might have to start tracing some shit. Hopefully not. We'll see. All right, got the power probe out. I do have key on power, and it appears I have ground, and now I have sparks. I don't really know what's going on here. I don't know if you're gonna be able to see this. I'll try to get as close as I can. Right there. You can kind of see it there. Well, I can. I don't know if y'all can. So hook it back up, maybe clean that rotor again. I'm gonna check firing order and go from there. Damn it, I should have filmed it. It fired right up that time. So something in there was still a little crusty, but seriously fired right up. This isn't B12, and honestly I don't really like this brand too much of a brake cleaner or carb cleaner, but it's what I got in stock here at the halfway house. So let's see if she'll fire up again. So he said he wired up this little switch because his grandpa was 80 something years old, still driving the car, and couldn't turn the key anymore. So I'm gonna get key on, do it with the switch so maybe you can see. So it does run. So let's see if we're still pumping fuel. Not a whole lot. I'm telling you, this tank sounds like it's empty. So I'm gonna see if there's a drain on the tank, and then maybe drain it out. If not, I don't know if I've got an electric pump here, just suck it out. But I might just disconnect it and run it off a gas can, and let's see if we can get it idling. It does have accelerator pump, I already checked that. So actually looking pretty good. So I'm gonna go get some fuel, check on the status of this tank, see if it's got a drain or not, and then figure out what I'm gonna do with this, you know, mess. But fired right up, so that's good news. So give me 30 minutes or so, and hopefully have it running. All right, before I do all that, I went ahead and filled the rest, or used the rest of this can to try to fill this up. Let's see if we can get it to idle, just for shits and grins. So still got key on power. Here's that little switch. That's a major belt squeal. An annoying ass dog. Not really sure what that was. And it actually doesn't look like it's pumping any more fuel, so that tank might be empty. So that's good. Yeah, I think we're off to a good start. We'll keep swinging and banging. Alrighty, 10 gallons of fuel in it, and it's purring like a kitten, purring like a champ. I think I'm gonna go on the mating voyage. Got my tools with me. It did die on me once, and then it pretty much fired right back up. I do need to, it's probably not warm enough yet, but thermostat hadn't opened yet. It's been running, I don't know, 5-10 minutes, I guess. Man, it fired right up, so that's good news. What was I saying? Oh, I do need to fix the throttle return spring. It is rigged on there pretty good, and it doesn't always return all the way. But she is alive. So actually, slight exhaust leak over here kind of went away once it warmed up a little bit, but oh, maybe it did open. So I think I'm gonna take this thing around the block. Tires are terrible. So again, we're not driving to New Zealand, but they're pretty well shot. That thing is so quiet. So let's see if she feels like it's got brakes. We're about to find out, I guess. So just look how sweet this thing is. That is wild, man. So my good buddy and coworker, him and his dad own the body shop up the road. So I think I'm gonna drive it over there and try not to let them talk me putting a LS or a big block Chevy in it. But oh shit, come with me. Might need a witness. All right. Oh, fuel gauge is moving. Maybe that's a good sign. I don't know if that's moving. No clock, no other gauges. Oh, a little stumble there. Probably still got some old fuel in it. I don't think that's supposed to come on. Make sure the brakes off. I can't get any windows to work, so I need to check some fuses, because he said all this shit works, and I don't hear any clicks or anything, so have to dig into that one. Let's see, do we got any vent? No vent. Okay, we got any radio? No radio. We got wipers. We got wipers. That sounds great. Oh yeah. Hey, they kind of work. Well, let's put her in gear, see what we got. Okay, we got reverse. And we got brakes. Got drive. Oh yeah, I got brakes. Let's see, got the window rolled down. Oh my goodness. The mating voyage of the 65 Safari Wagon. I think they still call them Safari Wagons. I looked it up. They made 16,000 Catalina 9-passenger wagons. Let's get this shit out of the way. Oh, power steering's butter, man. Reminds me of my old 59 Buick Electra. Oh, I got a Speedo. Stop. Okay, got pretty good brakes, actually. Oh god, we got really good brakes. Almost too good. God damn, why are there so many cars out? So, yeah, let's go to the body shop. I'm pretty stoked so far. I haven't run the numbers completely. Jesus Christ. Nobody stops at stop signs anymore. It drives me fucking crazy. But I haven't run the numbers other than just the, oh, there we go. Got a little leak there. But I think it's a 326, but, okay. We got some kickdown action. Oh, God. Oh, dear. Almost got him. Come on, stay running, baby. Sure, it's still got some old fuel in it. So, if I can top this hill, I'll be happy. Got somebody behind me now. Needs a mirror. Oh, getting some heat. Hopefully not too hot. Anyway, I'll update y'all if there's anything to update. Hell yeah. Alright, back here at the halfway house. The mating voyage was a success. No real issues. I do have a ignition switch issue. When I was first letting it warm up, it randomly died, fired right back up. And I think that's also where my when I had spark one time, then I didn't have spark, and then get the power probe and the voltmeter out, and then it runs good. So I can wiggle the ignition key, and if the oil light is on, then I know I got key on power. And so it also has a separate starter switch, and I assume that's why they did that. So there's something wrong with that ignition switch. So you just kind of got to jiggle at the key until the oil light comes on, then you know you got key on power, and then use the separate starter, you know, it's like a toggle switch to start it, and it fires right up. So that's cool. Man, that thing's so cool. Started going through some of the receipts and shit, trying to find when this thing was repainted. So yeah, I'm gonna call that a success. I'm pretty damn excited. It's so photogenic, it's ridiculous, because like I said, earlier on, that the closer you look, the more shit you find. But man, from this far away, it looks fucking tits. Oh yeah, I need to roll up that back window. So anyway, yeah, I'm gonna call it a day. Got all the receipts right there. As you can tell, it's a whole stack of all kinds of stuff here. Found a headlight in there. Vato Zone to O'Reilly to MD Automotive and Pep Boys and all kinds of stuff. South Carolina. Oh, ooh, this is gonna be a good one. Look at all that stuff. Oh, there you go. 326 Pontiac. Huh. Interesting. Okay, so that's gonna be a good one to go through. So finally figured out what all the keys do. Let's do this little number and call it a night before it gets too dark. And oh, it's the other one. Does need a little help usually. So anyway, let's call it a day. Man, thing is sweet. Looks so good with dog dishes and some bigger tires, and I don't know, maybe just spray bomb all this white shit so it looks a little bit better from afar. But the green's tits. Again, all the body gaps aren't very good, but that's alright. 65 Pontiac wagon and my 59 Buick wagon. Way cool. Anyway, I'm out. See y'all later.